So today is Thursday, June 27th. On this day in 1973, 18-year-old David Clyde made his Texas Rangers debut. He was an 18-year-old pitcher. He had been pitching in high school a month earlier. But he got drafted by the Rangers, makes his debut in front of a sellout crowd at Arlington Stadium. Actually, 3 weeks earlier, he went in the draft. He goes 5 innings, gives up 1 hit, strikes out 8, and wins the game. He would go on to a Hall of Fame career.
Yep.
No. On this day in 1991, Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, he was the first black jurist to sit in on the nation's highest court, announced his retirement. His departure led to the nomination of?
I don't know.
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas. You said sit in on the. I mean, he was sitting on, like he was a Supreme Court judge.
Yeah, it wasn't
sit on.
Like you made it
Not
sound
sitting.
like
he paid
just
six.
You're
kinda
sitting
like,
in.
He
like he paid
got
$6.90 and got
hung out for a little
got
bit.
to be on the Supreme Court. Oh, it's funny.
On this day in 1993, Julia Roberts marries Lyle Lovett.
Not gonna last.
It's true.
I saw him at a wedding once. Yeah.
Do you guys think she's
Fun
beautiful?
note. No.
Really?
No.
What's going on with people not thinking Julia Roberts is beautiful?
Yeah.
I think
That's
she's
my
super
opinion.
beautiful.
I
No,
mean-
but I know a lot of guys that think.
You want to make love to a Muppet?
Man. we got
Really?
2 haters in here.
She looks like a Muppet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at her and tell me no. Look it up.
Google it.
On this day in 2021.
What if Blake would have said yes, as in like it's always been his dream?
Yeah.
Like, he just gets so
my
fired
kid.
up by the Muppets. Some of them are kind of cute.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Janice, kind of cool.
Yeah, hippie.
Yeah. Amen.
She's down. And on this day in 2021, F9, the 9th installment of the Fast and Furious movie franchise, took in $70 million in its first weekend, the biggest opening for a film since the pandemic began.
Got my money.
I think we have that movie poster.
The F9? Are we on it?
Somebody spelled it N-E-I-N.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
That one was a tough one because The Rock wasn't in it. I think he might have already been out by that point, but
how many months later did they accept their Academy Award? 10 months later, perhaps.
yeah.
Is that Julie Roberts with Elmo? There's no
Sorry.
resemblance at all.
No, yeah. I can't tell which one's Elmo.
Okay.
Elmo's cute, but
So Julia Roberts is very beautiful, and she was sort of like the epitome of 80s and 90s
yeah, I never
beauty.
really understood that.
And what's interesting is that recently I've seen a real backlash against her. A lot of men are voicing that they never thought, excuse me, Julia Roberts was beautiful, and I find this fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go there. So
Birthdays today of famous people. Current Ranger Jonah Heim is 29. You know what
like
they
a
call
good
him,
dude.
Sarah? His nickname, the Hyman. The Hyman.
No,
Man.
he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Can I ask a question about
cannot be
Haktua?
broken.
When
Can
did
I
he-
ask a question about Haktua?
you're going to be thinking about it all day.
It's actually it's been on my mind.
See, aren't you glad you came here today?
Not
At
really,
first you
but-
weren't.
I feel like if I'm gonna be doing this, I might as well get
We're culturing you.
some pointers here. Is the idea of this move
yeah.
before?
I think it's kind of during.
It's just
You just kind of like
the explosion
One move in
is
bed that
just.
makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh,
Like,
you
do-
gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
I think it's possibly during or maybe even at the beginning. Yeah, I think there's probably we're gonna lube this up and kick this off.
Okay,
with
so
a-
that's her kickoff. That's her
Yeah.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're also acting like this was a well thought out answer that she had researched for years in advance of this interview.
I mean,
I was gonna say, it seemed like she was. Didn't
She's
seem like a
pretty
new. It didn't
confident.
seem like a new idea to her. It seemed like, yeah, it's worked before. Yeah. Yeah.
Former Ranger manager Chris Woodward
Wow.
Woody,
is 48.
it's not always gonna be the guy with the best stats.
Chris Woodward used to give out a award after every game. It was a hat.
It sounds so dumb when you repeat it in the postscript.
Well, here, let him explain it.
So we got a little prize to the player of the game, and I want to explain kind of what it's about, guys, because obviously we have an identity that we want to create here. We talk about culture a lot. We talk about the way we play, and the guy that represents that, it's not always going to be the guy who has the best stats. It's going to be the guy who represents exactly what we talk about. The grit, the competitiveness, the FU mentality, all of that. Everything we've talked about up to this point. And I'm going to hand that every day. After today, it's going to be you guys. You guys are going to give it to the next guy. So whoever wins today is going to hand it to the next guy.
Remember this era?
Who got Mr. Hat? Not the
Yeah.
guy with the best stats. Got to
I
play
paid her to
with
sing
grit
this.
and fight. Let's see who got Mr. Hat.
Last night.
What'd you pay her?
I think $200.
Why don't you tell us these things?
$200.
That was
Then you to help
that-
pitch in or
and that was
something, I don't
before we were broke.
know. No, yeah.
Yeah, now we're broke.
No, I just.
Now don't ask me for shit, all right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I knew I'd messed up when I told Dan, hey, just listen to this. If you don't like it, we don't have to play it. And then he didn't say a word. And then he just.
I started playing it every day.
Yeah.
No. I know, but I got a feeling that maybe I shouldn't have made that.
I thought it was great.
Aw.
And then we just started playing it.
Every day. What an era.
Yordan Alvarez is 27.
Here's that.
Baseball.
He's a very good hitter for the Astros.
Jim Edmonds is 54.
He made a great catch in center field for the Cardinals.
Also won today's War Games. He's just the guy with the highest WAR of today's birthdays. Like 60.5. Aren't you surprised it was that high?
He's pretty good.
No way.
Shut up. Toby Maguire is 49.
Spider-Man.
Khloe Kardashian is 40.
Huh.
Why do you say that?
Is she?
Are you anti Khloe?
Just saying.
Especially in this time of grief when she just lost her father.
Oh.
Well,
What?
it's like 30 years ago, or
Yeah.
No, actually, the juice just passed.
That's
A
right.
couple months ago.
Wait, that's not. What are you talking about? That's her. You think that's her real dad?
I just know. I don't think that at all.
That's
a
a big rumor. So did you know she was a big part of Dallas for a while?
That she lived here with
Lamar
Lance Odom.
Yeah. So here.
Lamar.
For me,
Odom.
the only team I've ever been a part of was the Lakers. I've been to other arenas before, but actually being now a part of the Mavericks organization, it's weird. I'm a little shy to go to the wives' lounge right now. I'm feeling so taken back. I could only imagine how Lamar feels.
Dude, so I was looking for something for the Open or something today, which we didn't have because of Blake Golf. But so I was going through old Chloe and Lamar stuff. I can't believe
Bangers.
I can't believe this era happened.
Yeah.
This is the year after the Mavs won the championship. They signed Lamar Odom or trade for him or something. And I remember even asking Cuban about it, and he got mad. Like, won't be a distraction at all. It'll be great.
He called the station, is what happened. You guys were talking about it. It was at a guy's night out.
Oh, was that it?
Were you there? Were you
No,
engineering?
I was listening.
Yeah, I was
and
running the board. I'm pretty sure. Cuban called.
I stopped where I was going, and I stayed in the parking lot to hear this.
To, like, defend the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as this reality show is showing, it was like his first practice. He's exhausted, and she makes him go out house hunting because, like, he doesn't understand. This is important to me and all this. And he's like, he just wanted to rest. He
Like
had
a
just
normal
got here.
pro athlete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow that failed.
They installed a sex swing in the room at the W.
As one does.
Yep.
I feel like when Cuban is defensive or like feels like somebody has nailed him with a critique, like that's when he gets really angry and like calls the show, and like I feel like
it's not an
I feel
all
like
the time thing.
No, but I feel
Yeah.
like the fact that he called the show is a sign that he knew you were right and he was trying to save face and defend himself.
Yeah, defend his guy too.
Yeah.
He needed it to work.
I think if I was a player for Cuban, I would appreciate all he does.
Yeah.
because he does just defend the player. He once told me he'd get me.
I remember
about
that.
the Nick Van Exel thing.
I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made your producer cyberdust him to book him.
He was trying to get a new app off the ground.
I'm pro cubes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we? Oh, Lori Morgan is 65.
Good friend of ours.
Country singer? Why?
Oh, no. Who am I thinking of? Lori Petty.
Yeah. Lori Morgan
Troy's
once
ex-wife.
dated Troy Aikman.
They weren't married?
I don't think they were married.
Okay.
What do you think of Troy?
He's very tall, and he's handsome in person.
He's
He was
so hot.
so statuesque. I mean, I
Handsome
really
is
just...
a
I-
massive understatement.
I thought that he would be... I don't know. For some reason, I thought quarterbacks were smaller.
No, that's
he's-
actually completely wrong.
Okay, well, again, I don't know much
It's
about
not
know,
fair.
I'm just messing with you.
It's not fair how he's hot.
It
He's
was startling
55
how
or 60. He's
good
still hot. He's
looking he was. It was
he's like the perfect human.
it's like an Adonis or something.
I know. He's so hot.
Makes beer.
J.J. Abrams is 58.
Look,
Did we
everyone.
get-
He fixed the national anthem.
Everyone is sitting, standing, or kneeling, and no one. Yeah, that's an all-time classic South Park.
And Madeline Sweeten is 33. Were you an Everyone Loves Raymond guy? Everybody loves Raymond?
What do you think?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, for
easiest
sure,
play on
right?
the board.
Yeah.
So you know who she is? Allie?
Oh, their daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 30.
I think there was a time where Blake could have recited for you the entire CBS primetime lineup Monday to Thursday.
Yeah, I think Raymond was on after King of Queens.
He loved King of Queens.
So I
Blake,
ran into that
how old were you at this time?
during Raymond years?
Yeah.
I don't know, 15.
We all had an
Maybe.
era.
My
You
mom
know?
used to watch King of Queens, so I watched it with her. Then I loved it, and then spilled into all the rest.
Very sweet.
She also hated The Simpsons, which is why I never watched it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Simpsons were banned for me for a long time.
No way.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I found my ways.
Conservative parents did not like The Simpsons.
No.
You both come from conservative parents?
Relatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They prefer the Cosby Show.
Yeah. Let's get some wholesome entertainment with
Yeah.
this serial rapist.
Yeah. And then watch the Duggars.
Yeah, there you go. No, and hey, while we're at it, here's a show about a family where they have a big family, and the dad is a great dad. He's a pastor, and he'll never in real life be brought up on pedophilia charges. Tonight at 8, it's Seventh Heaven.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Born on this day, now dead. Mildred J. Hill.
Who's that?
She wrote the song Happy Birthday to You.
No way.
And this is no lie. She is in the Songwriting Hall of Fame.
For the song that sung the most of any song ever?
Don't you feel like that's kind of a spare song to have? Like, should you get in a Hall of Fame for that?
I mean, on one hand, it's spare, but at the other hand, nobody's taking a run at the throne. It's not like you know, everybody's like, all right, she knocked that
done.
one out. That
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
knocked it out.
Yeah.
Chili's or Texas Roadhouse will try their own spin on it, but they can never get.
Oh my
What do you think?
God.
What is the
I hate
second?
that, hearing
What
that.
is the second most sung song?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Some religious
Feliz
song or something.
cumpleaños a ti. Probably. Did you think, was she wealthy? I feel like I've heard a
Yeah.
story about how she didn't
I'll
really
bet she
get to
didn't
make
get any
bank.
money.
Here's the second most.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's learning promotion.
I'm giving promotion.
Boy, you're on fire today.
And born on this day, now dead, Helen Keller. A favorite of Jake's.
Absolutely. You know why?
Because she can't hear, she can't see.
No.
Oh.
Those are unfortunate details about her life, but there's a reason you only know those two things about her, and it's because she was a very, very ardent socialist who spent a lot of her time trying to help out workers.
Yeah.
But they didn't want anybody to know about that part at that time, so they were like, hey, isn't this weird? She can't hear. And they just made that her legacy.
Right.
So
Nowhere
the-
in the school books.
Yeah,
does
no.
it say
I think I might have learned that from him at this stage of my life, several, half a decade ago or so. They didn't want anybody to know that she was at every picket line she could find.
Huh.
Yeah.
champion of the little
But
man.
it was actually just because she was confused.
she could find, yeah.
Yeah.
She just happened upon one.
Yeah, I walked into that one.
To-
Like she
to-
was walking into walls.
To be fair, the whole can't see, can't hear, and still talks and is
Oh, it's incredible.
power. Like, that's an incredible story. It's
Yeah.
not like that was a spare story that they
No.
threw out there just because they didn't want you to know about the socialist.
No, you're right. It's an incredible note, but I also think they should have maybe told us a little more about what she was really passionate about. But who knows?
Yeah, it feels like when they tell you that story as a kid, they just kind of cut it off like, and then she's a teenager, and then
Yeah,
like,
then that's it.
okay,
Yeah.
she can see. That's it. And then
Yeah.
she did some other things.
Yeah.
And your point is that she took all that and she did a lot of socialist reform, or
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was a supporter,
that's cool.
comrade.
Probably wanted women to like be able to vote, stuff like that. Like, put the blinds back on her, or what? How can we?
God.
Died on this day, Joseph Smith,
Oh,
The
Mormon?
Mormon guy?
the Mormon leader.
You ever see
But
Book of
did
Mormon?
he die?
Ooh, it's a good question.
Yes, I saw Book of Mormon. It's funny. Great songs.
Oh my God, Orlando, my city. How did you never see that?
I don't know.
And I saw it twice. Very uncomfortable scenes in there.
I feel like you
Many people left Bass Hall, like people who just had season tickets. They're like 60, 65. And within 15 minutes, they're like, what the
yeah.
It's like,
the
all
part
right,
that
well,
they're
you're walking out.
I was worried about what the Ugandans felt about that.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's-
really doesn't.
It's
They're like
pretty
baby.
racist.
They're baby fucking.
They're baby fucking.
Yeah.
Big old
Jake,
wieners.
I feel like you would pass for a Mormon. Like, you could be in Book of Mormon.
That is easily the meanest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Early in the day. And I feel like it could get worse for you.
Going door to door. I do respect those guys, though. I saw some last week when it was the cool temps of like 95 relative to now.
Somewhat.
Door knockers,
Oh.
you know, and they're walking my neighborhood in dress clothes with backpacks because they got the books in there. And I'm like, commitment.
Do you respect them enough to answer the door when they knock on your door?
Yeah, but you know what I do. I haven't done it in a while, but what I used to do was we would debate.
Oh, my God. There's not enough time in the day, Jake.
That's
They'll
that's the live version of Twitter.
They'll tire out. They have other doors to get to. So if you're just
And you're there with all the time in the world.
whatever, man. Baked on a Saturday or something.
He likes to go vote and debate the guys. You know, there's always someone there
Yeah.
ready to tell you how the school board's terrible and
Yeah.
we need to, get the liberals off the school board. Well,
Yeah.
he'll sit there with them for 15 or 20 minutes
I need to meet your
until
wife.
they walk away.
She's a saint.
I have so many questions for your
She's
wife.
a saint. I will say that the last time I went, evidence of a changed man, we moved on. They tried to
You're
engage
growing up
me,
a
and I
little
just
bit.
said, I'm not voting for your guy, and I went in and voted, and that was it.
but not before you recorded it.
I did. To be clear, they both yelled "roll on it" whenever I got out of the car to go vote. So
Yeah, you have to.
Rob and Dan talked me into that.
Jake, how old are you?
38, 39 in a month and a half.
I feel like, and you guys tell me if this is true, I feel like men really just get much better after 35. Like, until 35, they're just, like, ruled by other things.
Our brains are not
and
developed.
their brains are not developed. And they grow a heart at 35. This is what I think.
Yeah, sorry, you'll get there, bud.
You'll get there,
I'm
little
still in my
fella.
teed up years.
I've always been pretty soft and like I cry a lot. I'm
you?
a very emotional kid and person, but I also really like conflict. So
No,
if
I
there's an
understand.
opportunity for it, I'm like, fuck, I
Well,
got
it's
nothing
your
to do.
It's your job description.
This is what I like doing.
But you're doing it. You're giving away the goods for free. You know.
Yeah, but also it's kind of like if LeBron would show up to an LA Fitness, it's like I want to play against these amateurs. That's what it's like whenever I go vote.
You're keeping
Or with the
the
Mormon show up.
sword
It's
sharp.
like, look, this is what I do. So
Yeah, you're in it for the love of the game.
you brought
too.
in a ringer.
Yeah.
I'm going to remind everybody what we do. And they all tire out.
And also died on this day, still dead. We have, in 1920, Adolphe Routhier. Routhier? There's no way that's how you pronounce that. But Adolphe wrote the lyrics to "O Canada." Now, we have over here, happy birthday to you.
That's wild.
And we have over here, Oh Canada.
What is it about this day in history?
No, but my point is, what's better?
You're saying
Let's have some
Canada
more
guy
votes.
should be in the Hall of Fame, possibly instead.
Like, Oh Canada, that's a great song.
It's awesome.
It ends on a high. It's so great. Happy birthday to you is really basic. But, so it's longevity. It's Jordan versus LeBron over here.
Yeah.
You've got more points than anyone ever, but also more shots than anyone ever.
Yeah, Oh Canada has always been cool to me. It sounds like a Russian anthem from like the Bolshevik era, you know? From like
Yes.
the early 1900s where it's very sweeping and it's like, hell yeah. I feel fired up for my country when I hear that song. It doesn't sound like a child's song.
Can I bring up something that's been bothering me as I go to more sports games? I don't love our national anthem. And I don't know anybody that does.
Do you kneel?
How dare you?
No, no.
Neil.
Protest?
Do you wear a hat just because you can?
No.
Like
I
a
put my
woman can.
hand
Women and military people.
over my heart like a good American. But I'm sitting there going, why? Why this one? Don't you think that it might be time to change the national anthem?
Yeah, I mean, we could make it Happy Birthday. We have a
We
bunch
could make it happy birthday.
What about that boot in your ass song?
That would work. That's certified. We have a bunch of Hawk Tour remixes we could
I think now's the time.
auto-tune it and just lean into
I
the
think you
demise of society.
Change.org.
Was today in history?
We really do, man.
We did it.
We did it. We live streamed today.